President expresses full confidence in the business community and says that the people have to decide the country's economic trajectory. 37 kilos of narcotics recovered from Bandaravatta and Maharagama. The president also attends the Vasatsriya. UNP ready for a mammoth historical Mayday Rally. A Mayday Rally from Maitri faction as well. The national television is to telecast 340 smart youth New Year celebrations tomorrow. Yuri Gagarin, who loved Sri Lanka. All of those and more stories in detail on today's top story. President expresses full confidence in the business community and says that people have to decide the country's economic trajectory. President Ranil Wickremesinghe expressed full faith in the business community of the country to create a highly competitive economy.
And in the meantime, he underscores the importance of allowing the people to decide the. These remarks were made during the President's presence at the International Rotary District Conference 2023-2024 of the District 3220 Club for Sri Lanka and the Maldives, held at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall in Colombo yesterday. The district conference featured a keynote address by Palanivel Thiagarajan, Minister of Information Technology and Digital Services of Tamil Nadu, has been a member of the District 3220 Colombo West International Rotary Club since 1994.
Economic stabilization measures which we have taken will now be finalized in the course of this year. We've gone to the stage of discussing with the Paris Club, with the Official Creditors Committee and also with the bondholders, on which now we've resolved some more issues, but there is still one left outstanding. That will get resolved. But where do we go from here? We have stabilized the economy. We stabilize the economy that is import dependent. Are we going ahead with the import dependent economy? Then all I have done is in vain, because it will be repeated 10 years since, 15 years since. So this is the decision that all of you have to take, and no one can duck it. This is the decision for the country today. Not whether the executive presidency is retained or the executive presidency is abolished. Those are secondary issues. I mean, people will come up with many issues. What is the education system? Are we to change it or not? I think we should change it. What is our future? Are we prepared to take those decisions? And if we want an export-oriented, highly competitive economy, how are we going to achieve it? Everyone says we want a highly competitive economy. If you want to be competitive, you must face competition. You can't be competitive without facing competition. I have great faith in the Sri Lankan businesses. We can make it through. We will have difficult periods, but we can make it through.
The Begum police, upon inspection of a house and a motor car in Bandaravatta, has recovered more than 30 kilos of narcotics. The contraband included 15 kilos of narcotic called ice, 14.5 kilos of hash narcotic and a stock of heroin. The police has been able to uncover the drugs after interrogating 2 suspects taken into custody. One of the suspects, who had kept in his possession more than 30 kilos of narcotics, was a 31-year-old resident of Bamria, Kaduela. He was also apprehended according to the information provided by 2 suspects who were arrested with some drugs in a search operation conducted in Bandaravatta during the night hours yesterday. These 2 suspects were also reported to have carried drug called ice, and they were residents of Kaduela and Siambala Pay. Police media spokesman DIG Attorney at Law Nihal Taldua said that it has been revealed through questioning that an expatriate had delivered the stock of drugs to the suspect. It has also been found out that he had contacted the culprit over the phone or by other means. He added that an addition to arrest has been made as well. A 45-year-old suspect was apprehended in Navinna with 7 kilos and 60 grams of heroin in his possession.
Presidential Director General of Community Affairs Kirti Tennakon says that the opposition is in the process of discrediting the government's relief distribution program by elaborating on minor shortcomings. He was responding to a query raised by the opposition leader in Parliament yesterday. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa said that rice distribution program for certain ethnic groups are being conducted in the months of April and May. He further said that they appreciate these measures and yet pointed out that there had been serious shortcomings in the selection methodologies. Sajid Premadasa also said that while praising the program, it has been pointed out that in certain locations in Haliyala, rice is not conforming to the standards which were distributed. The opposition leader added that Rajitha Kirti Tennakon of the Presidential Secretariat has acknowledged this fact by posting pictures on his Facebook account. Presidential Director General of Community Affairs Kirti Tennakon says the project to hand over 20 kilograms of rice to each of the 2.4 million forest segments of the society is presently underway. He adds that rice distribution program is being carried out throughout the island according to the standards through cooperation of district secretaries, divisional secretaries and public health inspectors. He further says that district secretaries promptly attend to any complaints regarding the project and take remedial measures. The President's Community Affairs Director General further says that nearly 20,000 bags of rice were distributed among groups in Haliyala yesterday. However, rice not suitable for consumption were detected only in 3 bags. He also said that upon disclosure of the incident, they took immediate steps to rectify the situation. 191,500 persons in the Badula district alone are eligible for the rice relief program. Out of this number, around 54,900 have already been provided with rice stocks. It is a social responsibility to fulfill the food requirement of the people who are undergoing starvation. The government has embarked on this program with a sense of responsibility and acting in a manner to confirm the standards. He also said that the opposition is obstructing the government's program with the aim of gaining political advantages. He also said that it is an unfortunate situation to find insulting and sabotaging such a massive food distribution program. Vasat Syria 2024 Sinhala and Tamil New Year ceremony was conducted in a grand scale throughout the day at Shangri-La Green in Colombo today.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe was also present at the event, which attended by a large group of local and international communities. The Vasatriya was organized by the Welfare Society of Workers of the President's Office through the collaboration of state institutions, including the ministries under the direction of Senior Presidential Advisor and Chief of Staff Prasagara Ratnayaka and the President's Secretary Saman Ekanayaka. Competitions were conducted on the 3 categories: the State Division, the Open Division and the Host Division. An environmental model which detected the deep-rooted relationship that prevailed in the past between villages and village homes. The Aluthaurud premises were coloured with enchanting sights of Katuron Chilla, Unavedi displays and Kadamandia and the Vedagedara. The organisers also made arrangements to conduct several events on behalf of the participating foreign ambassadors, officials and foreign tourists. Souvenirs were presented for each of the winners. The President, who arrived at the location of the Aluthaurud events, was seen engaging in friendly discussions with the participants. Some of the prizes were presented to the winners by the President. The competition to select the Aurudhu Kumara and Aurudhu Kumariya commenced this evening. The Vasatriya musical concert is currently being held.
Siri
Parliamentarian of the United National Party, Mayday says his party is all geared to conduct the biggest Mayday rally in history, and he made these remarks to the media after attending a ceremony in Gaul yesterday. Parliamentarian Mayday said that the entire working class in the private and state sectors were languishing on roads for 3 years. He added that today there's an environment created for them to return to their workplaces and to hold successful Mayday rallies. MP Abhivardhana also said that the entire country is aware of the fact that it was the UNP regime which resurrected the country from collapse within a period of nearly 2 years. The upcoming Mayday meeting would become the historical Mayday to be commemorated by the UNP since 1994. He added that people would not be able to come near the site of the rally. He also said that the message that would be given by these people in Colombo is that Ranil Wickremesinghe should be protected for the sake of national security. A motorcycle tour has got underway from Colombo in parallel to the May Day today, and it was organized by the National Youth Front and other youth organizations affiliated to the UNP. The cycle tour was culminated in Ahangama, passing the towns of Panadura, Kaluthara, Ambalangoda and Gaul. The tour is scheduled to engage in its return journey to Colombo on May Day. The theme of the UNP May Day rally is to give way to Ranil. Director of Presidential Trade Union Saman Ratnapiriya said that preparations are underway for conducting an extremely successful UNP May Day rally in Maligawatha. He also said that they would convene nearly 100,000 participants to Colombo. He further said that motorbike tour has been organized as a means to encourage the participation of the people. President of the Eksat Lak Vanita Perimuna, Shantini Kongahage, said that initially a 5,000 rupee allowance was provided to the working class. Pensioners were also provided with a 2,500 rupee allowance. She added that steps have been taken to provide deeds for the rural community who do not have land deeds. It was the present government which took steps to hand over rice to the poor people. Midday meals are being given to the school children.
Maitri Group of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party has also organised a Mayday rally under the leadership of former President Maithripala Sirisena. The selfie Mayday rally will be conducted at Gampaha Municipal Grounds. The former General Secretary of the party, Dushmantama Mitrapala, and a group have inspected the venue today. Former General Secretary of the party, Dushmanta Mitrapala, said that the judiciary is an independent institution. He added that therefore they are able to go before the courts and present facts in order to remove the injunctions.
Smart Youth New Year of the National Youth Bak Mahaulila will be conducted throughout the day tomorrow at the National Youth Services Grounds in Maharagama. In parallel to this event, the national television is scheduled to telecast 340 New Year celebrations in 340 divisional secretariat divisions commencing at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Chairman of the National Youth Services Council, Pasindu Gunaratne, invites the younger generation to take part in these events. Chairman of the National Youth Services Council, Pasindu Gunaratne, said that this new year they have introduced the concept of the President titled Smart Youth Aurudha. The aim was to unite the youth and to provide a stage for them to engage in their activities. He added that each of the 340 divisional secretariat divisions had conducted 340 Smart Youth Aurudha ceremonies today. The chairman further said preparations are underway to get the youth together to celebrate the National Bak Mahaulila at the National Youth Services Council premises in Maharagama tomorrow. He has recalled that they had embarked upon an extremely important activities 1 week ago by joining hands with the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. They were engaged in training a media person for each of the divisional secretariat division. He added that their services were utilized in reporting the events of today's regional Smart Out of the programs. All these programs will be telecast over the national television throughout the day tomorrow. It is the President's vision to celebrate the momentous event with entire youth population. The National Youth Services Council is a partner in this process. The President has extended an invitation for all to join this historic journey of the year scheduled to get underway at the NYSC premises tomorrow. The 90th birth anniversary of Yuri Gagarin, the first man to enter space, is being commemorated on global scale.
There is a significant bond between the historical astronaut and Sri Lanka. The Russian Cultural Center in Colombo presented a documentary which depicted the relationship between Gagarin and Sri Lanka yesterday.
Gagarin has created history on the 12th of April 1961
by becoming the first man to enter space. Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin entered the space in the Vostok 1 craft and remained there for a period of 108 minutes and returned to the Earth without any harm. Exactly 7 months after his space journey, Gagarin came to Sri Lanka. He was reported to have told a Russian television interview at that time that he loved Sri Lanka dearly.
Путь должен был быть продолжен на Цейлон. Надо сказать, что природа этой страны – это такая тропическая растительность. И когда смотришь на Цейлон сверху, то все покрыто зеленью, все находится под листьями пальм. И почти домов-то и не видно. Даже в самом Коломбо идет центральная магистраль, буквально за домами сразу же находится пальма, сразу же лес.
Пальма с кокосовыми орехами.
С кокосовыми орехами. И с очень вкусным кокосовым молоком.
Но вообще на Цейлоне встречали вас, Юрий Алексеевич, со страшной силой.
Очень много народу по обеим сторонам улицы стояли приветствия, вообще очень теплые встречи.
Gagarin stays in Sri Lanka from the 7th of December 1961. He had toured in the cities of Colombo, Galle, Ratnapura and Anuradhapura. Gagarin had later on remembered that travelling in an open vehicle under intense sunlight from Colombo to Galle was a strenuous experience, but he did not feel the discomfort due to the endearing response of the Sri Lankan people. Russian ambassador in Sri Lanka, Levon Sagarian, has presided over the event of presenting the documentary on Gagarin and Sri Lanka. It was produced by the director of the Russian Center in Colombo, Maria Popova.
Nervous getting prepared for this big day. For the past 3 months, my whole team, we have been working on putting together a movie dedicated to the first man in space, Yuri Gagarin, who visited this wonderful island in December 1961. Everybody in the world knows who Yuri Gagarin is and that he was the first man who went to space. But he was a kind, a brave and a gentle person with the most charming smile in the world, who conquered this world and won all hearts with one single tool, without a single drop of blood, with his smile. The whole world worshipped him and the whole world still remembers him because that magnetic smile inspired so many people all over the world to do so many things, write books, make paintings, songs, films, and to tell you the truth, I was also so inspired by him that I decided to set up this documentary movie. Please don't be judgmental because we didn't have any high-end, expensive professional equipment while working on this movie. All we had was a big enthusiasm and a lot of love for this wonderful man and a lot of appreciation for what he has done and for what he remains. A symbol of Russia, of friendship and of our great achievements.
We were very pleased to see friendly attitude of Sri Lankan people and that they are also very proud of the fact that Yuri Gagarin also visited Sri Lanka.
We now move on to more local news in brief. Minister Susil Premajan has presided over the third stage of the LOLC Divisavya program to distribute equipment for school children at the Indra Jyoti Vidyalaya in Pathramuli recently. A Bodhi Puja and an almsgiving organised in connection with the birthday of former Minister Basil Rajapaksha was held at the Parakumba Raja Mahavihara in Kotte today. Staff of the Sri Lanka Podujana Perumana office and a group of parliamentarians were also present at the occasion. An Auruthu festival organised by the Colombo Municipal Council was held at the Campbell Park in Baralla today. Many items including folk games, running and recreational activities were held. The Minipura Bak Mahaulila was held in Minuwangoda today. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga and Presidential Advisor on Parliamentary Affairs Ashumara Singha have also attended the event. Well, that's it on local stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
දශක 4ක අභිමානය සමග ජාතික රූපවාහිනියෙන් ඔබ දැරඹූ ආදරණීය වැඩසටහන් නැවතත් නරඹන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී YouTube නාලිකාව වෙත පිවිස subscribe කරන්න. ජනප්‍රිය ටෙලිනාට්‍ය, සම්මානලත් වාර්තා වැඩසටහන්, ධර්මදේශනා, ජනප්‍රිය සංගීත වැඩසටහන්, හාස්‍ය නාට්‍ය ඇතුළු මෙතෙක් විකාශය වූ ඔබ කැමතිම වැඩසටහන් නැරඹීම සඳහා ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී YouTube නාලිකාව වෙත පිවිස subscribe කරන්න.
Not foreign news, foreign media reports that fire has destroyed a guest house for the homeless in southern Brazil, killing at least 10 people. The fire broke out early on Friday in the Porto Alegre. At least 13 people were taken to the hospital and some in critical condition. Officials say about 30 were believed to be living at the guest house at the time of the fire. The cause is unknown. Brazilian President Lula da Silva sent his condolences to the victim families in a post on X.
A crude oil tanker has been damaged in a missile attack off the coast of Yemen, the latest strike to be carried out by the Houthis. The incident happened roughly 15 nautical miles southwest of the Yemeni city of Mocha. British Maritime Security Agency reported that the Panama-flagged ship was struck twice and suffered damage. No injuries or deaths have been reported and the incident is being investigated. The first missile attack caused an explosion near the ship and was felt by those aboard. The second, thought to involve two missiles, made contact. Global risk management firm Amber said that 3 missiles had been sighted. It added that ballistic missiles had reportedly been fired from Yemen's southwestern Thais governorate.
The United Nations has sounded alarm about a possible imminent attack on Al-Fashir in Sudan's North Darfur as global body seeks to reduce the tension in the last major city in the region not under the control of the Rapid Support Forces. A spokesman for UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said yesterday that Rapid Support Forces were reportedly encircling Al-Fashir, suggesting a coordinated move to attack the city may be imminent. Simultaneously, the Sudanese armed forces appear to be positioning themselves. The spokesman said in a statement the Guterres called for all parties to refrain from fighting in the Al-Fashir area, said spokesperson, adding that his envoy in Sudan, Ramtil Amara, was working to de-escalate the tensions. War erupted in Sudan 1 year ago between the Sudanese army and the parliamentary RSF.
At least 70 people have died from countrywide flooding in Kenya, a government spokesperson said Friday, as authorities ordered more evacuations of people from at-risk areas due to ongoing heavy rainfall. The official tally of fellow Kenyans who regrettably have lost their lives due to the flooding situation now stands at 70. Government spokesperson wrote on X, adding that this is contrary to other figures. Earlier Friday, a truck carrying people in Makueni County, southern Kenya, was swept away by raging waters, according to the Kenyan Red Cross, which described it as a distressing incident. More than 13,300 households have been displaced in the flooding, which has destroyed 22 roads and affected 26 schools. The Red Cross says it has rescued 302 people since the onset of the heavy rain in March. This comes as Kenyan President William Ruto announced that he has authorized emergency crews to evacuate people living along riverbanks and other affected areas possibly. Moving on to sports news now, Sri Lankan athletes have brought honour to the country by winning the bronze medal in the 400x4 mixed relay event at the Under-20 Asian Athletic Championship tournament.
The gold medal was secured by China and the silver by India. This year's tournament is being conducted in Dubai. The victorious Sri Lankan 4x400 relay team was represented by the Jitya Kurulu of Mahinda College, Galle, Jitma Vijayatunga of Lyceum International School, Theminda Rajpaksha of Malayadeva College, Kurunagala, and Nuhansa Kodituaku of Mathura Central College. The Sri Lankan contingent had completed the event in 3 minutes and 28.18 seconds.
أوزبكستان وكوريا في المركز. إذن الصين في صدر الترتيب والهند في المركز الثاني. فيتنام وأوزبكستان المركز الثالث في الخطر. المركز الثالث كازاخستان القادمة. إذن الصين.
Janani Dhananjana has won a gold medal at the World Grand Prix Athletic Tournament held in Marrakech in Morocco. Janani Dhananjana, who had competed in the 100-meter event under the T47 category, finished the event in 13.75 seconds. Anil Prasanna had also recorded his best personal timing at the 100-meter event under the T42 category by completing the event in 12.84 seconds. Bodhika Indrapala has secured the bronze medal by completing in 13.34 seconds. Nalanda College in Colombo has been successful in securing the Sangha Mahila Challenge Cup cricket tournament by beating the Trinity College Kandy team by 7 wickets at the Nalanda College grounds today.
The Nalanda team, after winning the toss, invited the Trinity team to bat first. According to the Trinity batsmen, came into the field and were all out for 72 runs in their first innings. The Nalanda team first innings score was restricted to 172 runs. Trinity in their second innings were able to score 109 runs. Accordingly, the victory target was 8 runs and the Nalanda team successfully fulfilled these targets with 7 wickets in hand. The best fielder was Vasil Udaro of the Trinity team. Nalanda was Minod Caldera was judged as the best bowler and Sadev Samarasinghe of the same team was the best batsman. Man of the match was captain of Nalanda team Sajit Vithanage. Chief guest of the award presentation was All Nalandian Air Vice Marshal Mudita Mahamattage. That's it for tonight's English News telecast. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Good night.